And I would go upstairs whenever I had some free time. And I'd take my pool cue and I'd wrap them up. It'd just be me and the pool table. And I'd break. One day, I broke and I sunk the 8 ball on the break. Let me tell you something. If you know pool, you know game over. You know you're the man. You know that it's outstanding. If you can sink the 8 ball on the break, it's phenomenal. I was so excited. And so I told some of my pool buddy friends who I played pool with, I said, man, I was up there just shooting around a little bit, you know, having fun, and I sunk the 8 ball on a break. They said, did anybody see it? I said, no. They said, well, it didn't happen then. Yes, it did. I did it. I said, no, sorry. You don't have any witnesses. If you got nobody there who saw it happen, did you get a video of it? No. What? It was just me. Paul says, there's been witnesses. Verse 5 says, Jesus was seen by Peter and then by the 12. Now the disciples, they saw Jesus. He shows up in the room where they're at. One of my favorite stories is in John 21. It's the end of John. And the disciples are kind of discouraged. They don't know what they're going to do. And finally Peter said, I'm going to go back to fishing. I was a fisherman before. I can fish again. So some of the disciples say, sure, let's do it. So they go out onto the water and they're fishing away. They're trying to catch something and they don't catch nothing all night. They throw their nets out, nothing. They throw their nets out, nothing. And the next morning, they're tired, they're exhausted. They fished all night. They caught jack, diddly, squat. And all of a sudden they look and there's this man they could barely see on the shoreline. They couldn't tell who it was. Jesus. And he said, hey, did y'all catch anything? You know what? If you've been fishing and you didn't catch nothing, the worst answer you ever want to say is what? No. Did you catch anything? No. And then you get somebody who's standing on shore. Well, throw your net over the other side. The nerve that guy tell me how to fish from shore. I guess we got nothing else to lose. They throw the nets over the other side of the boat. Fills up with 168 big fish. And John, who's in the boat, says, it's the Lord. It's Jesus. And Peter is so excited, he jumps out of the boat. He swims to shore. And the rest of the disciples, they drag the boats and the nets with them. And then they have a fish breakfast with Christ. And this happens when? Post-resurrection. Peter and the 12 saw Jesus. They witnessed him. And then he goes on. He says in verse 6, after that he was seen by more than 500 of his followers at one time, most of whom are still alive, though some are dead by the moment that he was writing. This is the crowd. These are the fringe people. These are going to be people that just happen to see him. These are the people that wish they had a smartphone to catch this on video to put it on YouTube. Nobody's going to believe me. I got it. Right? Now, Paul's statement about 500 followers, it's not really confirmed in the New Testament as far as what it says. But I want you to listen to what it says in Acts 1:3. It says, during the 40 days after he suffered and died, he appeared to the apostles from time to time, and he proved to them in many ways that he was actually alive. So for 40 days, Jesus interacted with people. And as he did so, if you remember how Lazarus made a big old stink among the crowds, Jesus made a stink among the crowds. He's alive. Thirdly, he appeared to the disciples, he appeared to the crowds. In verse 7, he was seen by James and later by all the apostles. Now, just so you know, this is the organized church. Okay? This is the church commission. James is the leader of the church at this particular moment. We don't know which James it was. There's 3 listed in the New Testament. We don't know which James it was, but the fact of the matter is, this is the beginning of the church. And when he says the apostles, these are the teachers. and the missionaries who have taken on the commission to go and make disciples among the nations. Paul says there were witnesses. There were witnesses that saw Jesus was alive after the crucifixion. It was the disciples. It was the crowds. It was the church. Then he says, not only am I presenting to you the gospel, not only am I telling you about how Jesus was the fulfillment of Scripture, not only were there witnesses to the story, but now let me tell you this. I saw Jesus. Paul writes, I saw Jesus. I had personal encounter with him. If you know the story in Acts 9, where Jesus confronted Saul on the road to Damascus. And how Saul said, who are you? And Jesus said, I am the Christ whom you are persecuting. What was Saul doing? He was destroying the church. Everywhere he could go, he was arresting Christians. He was killing Christians. He was destroying the church. And Paul said that Jesus should have killed me. Jesus should have taken me out. He extended mercy and grace to me. He adopted me into his kingdom, and then he commissioned me to go make disciples. So not only am I presenting you the gospel that's been passed on to me, not only am I telling you that Jesus was the fulfillment of Scripture, not only am I telling you about all these other witnesses, but I'm telling you I saw him personally. And I believe what I'm telling you is the truth. We celebrate this day today, Easter. We celebrate the resurrection of the Christ. Do we truly believe that Jesus rose from the dead? Do we truly believe? What do we base our belief on? Well, Paul says, well, there's the gospel, which is truth. Paul says that Christ was himself the fulfillment of prophecy. Paul says there were witnesses. Paul says, I even saw it myself. I want to share with you my final. I grew up a preacher's kid. I knew all the right things to say. I knew all the right things to do. I knew the scriptures. I learned them, in vacation Bible school and children's church. I knew all the right stuff. Graduated high school, went off to go to college. And whenever I went off to college, I went to a Christian school, Southern Nazarene University. That's where Christians went, right? I met some Christians, and I didn't like how they acted. In fact, it made me really, really upset and angry. I'll tell you why. Because that's not how Christians are supposed to act. And if you're going to treat me this way as a Christian, I don't want no part of this. This Christian business, I'm done. I'll walk away. I said, I'm done. No more. And I began to look for self-fulfillment. Things to make me happy. Things that would fill my void. Also, by the way, you know what did not fill my void? Going to class. I didn't go to class. I would go play basketball during the day. I'd sleep, skip class. I'd eat. I'd go play basketball in the afternoons. Weekends, I'd go to the clubs. Didn't go to church. But I looked for something to fill my spot right here. That void, And we look for stuff to fill the void. You know what I'm talking about, right? We look for stuff to fill the void. And it just wasn't showing up nowhere. I looked at a lot of places. A lot of places. And you know how guys are. We think that girls are going to solve the problems, right? We know that girl, that one special one, is going to just light up and make us all go fill up that void, and we'll be happy and content, right? I found a girl. We were dating a couple months down the road. I'm thinking, I love her. I can spend the rest of my life with her. She says, you're not for me. I said,